Hey Libra, it's Mary with Seer. Thanks for stopping by. This is a you versus them reading. It's a love reading for February 2020. I'm just going to do different ones by the week, and I'm just going to goof around. Goof around. It sounded bad. You guys know me. Anyway, I just thought I'd do different stuff. It's kind of fun to do a monthly energy because sometimes weekly it may involve the whole darn month, and then we can kind of tap into different energies there for different signs. Also, I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, all that great stuff, booking readings with me, and donations. And if you're in the Utah area, I'd love to should come by one of my shows. We've got like about 8 of them booked so far. It's on my website, and that information is in the description box. Okay. So, okay. So you versus them. We have the 4 of Fire. This is a happy family. This is a happy relationship. Because some people say it's the engagement card. Nice. Okay, and then them would be over here. And this is the Ace of Fire. Ooh, this is passion, new relationship. It could be a reigniting of a relationship. It could be, well, since this is about love, it could be finding something you love. Maybe you decided to open a business, because it doesn't always have to be about love. Say if you're in a relationship that's stable or whatever, it could be like, gosh, I finally going to do what I've always wanted to do. And that could be your passion, your love, the thing that you're embarking on. Or maybe you're restarting your business again, and it wasn't, maybe you had to walk away from it for a while. So it could be a relationship. It could be a new life, even. A new life also. It's because it is a spark. It's a God spark. Okay. So it could be that affecting anything, any kind of creation. Recreating a relationship, recreating a marriage. Maybe getting engaged. Interesting. So I have an angel here, and this is a good tarot. I have an angel here, and she is sitting on this like a rock. And there's 4 lanterns over her, and this is about stability. Having stability in what you want around you. That's why it's like the passionate building something. Like a wedding. It's the 1111 card too. Okay. This is the current energy. And there's a fairy here, and there's a fairy on this one. Just want to say that there's a lantern. Kind of like the fire's been relit. It's still burning. That's what I'm hearing. And there's somebody here guarding this fire. It's guarding this passion. It's like a little fairy on top of there. She's guarding the passion. It's kind of hard to see in this camera, but I barely see her. Anyway, now we're going to talk about the past. So, this is for you, Libra. This is a hangman energy. In the past, it's like maybe somebody had a hard time deciding something. The hangman energy is always about looking at things from a different perspective. So maybe there was something in the past, in the past, it may have been difficult to look at something from a different perspective. Okay? So that might have caused delays and kind of a sense of frustration. And maybe it affected other relationships. So when this is reversed, it's the resistance to seeing things from a different perspective, to like, what was my part in it, okay? When it's reversed, it's a resistance to or coming out of and saying, okay, now I understand. So, but in the past here, it reminds me of there was delays with my happiness, with my abundance, with things I wanted to create because of my inability to do this. And so it's kind of a recognition of what was holding one back in the past. Okay. Okay. So now we're looking at the other party, and this is the past for them. Well, the Page of Earth. Sorry. Sorry, just a minute. Sorry about that. My sinuses just kind of went crazy for a minute. I didn't want to do all that on camera. So anyway, now we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Earth reversed. So this is communication regarding an offer, some kind of tangible offer, but it's not coming. In the past, the offer wasn't coming. So communication wasn't coming. Yeah. Communication offer wasn't coming because somebody couldn't see things from another perspective. So it does feel like there was a connection in the past. This is something in the past. Or if it's not, kind of feels like it was. If it's not a connection, if it's a new connection, then these are issues both of you had in the past with other relationships. Which might maybe coming into this relationship if they're unresolved. Okay. All right. So that's something to be aware of, that you're going to may have the same challenges. And that's the way it goes sometimes. If we don't fix what we were supposed to fix in the past, we carry it with us. In our bag of tricks, right? In our burdens, bag of burdens. So we're going to do a common card between both energies now. This is you first, Libra. Well, this is the Ace of Earth. So So it kind of feels like that this is a block in abundance, a block in moving forward, a block in making changes that brings in the things that you want to bring in your life. Okay. It's a delay. It's a delay in abundance, a delay in, new opportunities. And of course, with Pentacles, they're going to be those tangible things, right? Money. When this is upright, it's abundance. Money, fortune. Reverse, it's a delay in, it's still there. It's like waiting for things to be resolved. Kind of like, It's like the offer. There's something still there. Okay. Okay, here's the other party. Page of Fire. So this is communication, passionate communication. This is good news. This is good news. We have the Page and we have the Ace. This is good news about wanting to have a relationship, wanting to start something, if there was, if this is, I think there's two stories. This is a rekindling of a relationship, and then there's a new one. So either way, this party over here could be a fire sign because there's a little bit extra fire over here, It almost feels like this person wants to communicate where maybe they couldn't in the past. So, and I think it's almost like, Libra, you may be delaying this a little bit because you still might be a little bit in this hangman energy. But you can see the potential. You can see that this is something that could go far. The Four of Wands, it could lead to marriage or something like that. Or it could lead to a really stable relationship. And you're passionate about that. But there's this baggage that needs to be dealt with. Because it's back again. It's still here again, Here's a common energy between both of these two cards and both of you. Is the Nine of Swords. The common energy is needing to come out of that place of fear. This is of rehashing the old pain. It's releasing it. Okay, we looked at it. Have we looked at everything? If not, let's look at it. And whether this is old or new, it does need to be looked at. The conversation, if either way, new, old, or new. Well, I remember like her part, this other party, man or woman, doesn't matter. This person's part over here. I remember the mistakes I made in the past were A, B, and C. I want to make sure that I don't make those with you. I want to do what I can. But this is not, it's getting to a point where you feel comfortable to say, I would really like to work on this, but these are the things that are important to me. This is having grown-up conversation. I'm not saying anybody wasn't grown up, but this is having conversations based on what our intentions are instead of just letting things flow the way they flowed in the past. Maybe a little bit of guidance couldn't hurt. It's like teaching your child how to ride a bike and knowing because you fell down on the bike yourself that you can teach the child how to avoid that. So being down this road where you made mistakes, maybe you can teach each other, talk to each other about where your mistakes were in the past, and that sometimes this is a shortcoming of mine, and I want you to know that truth or honor or integrity is really important to me. And if I'm questioning that, I may pull back, and that's, so if I question things, understand that it could be because my last relationship or whatever, I'm still carrying that needing to heal. That's just an example. I don't know why I'm going there, Libra. I don't know why, but there's something about the past and that's coming into this relationship, whether this is a redo or whether it's a new relationship, that is going to affect it if those things aren't talked about. That's it. So although it seems like micromanaging, for some reason, that's what's going to make this successful. Okay. Otherwise you may carry and do the same thing when times get tough. Instead of saying, oh, are you going down that road again? Try to help each other. Because that's what we do for people we love, right? We become each other's safety net. And not in a bailing out, codependent. It's, I see you're being a little vulnerable. What can I do? Is there anything I can do to help? There's a difference. Okay? But we have to share that part of ourselves. We don't have to do anything, but this is something. Okay, anyway. Angels and ancestors now. Let's see, we'll get a little bit of information from them and see what they think about this. We're going to pull one card for each of you. My stomach is growling, and I don't know why, because I sure ate a lot today. Those days where you go, I just am still hungry. What the heck's going on? Anyway. Okay, we'll do one more shuffle. And these are always read upright, so sometimes I forget and I flip them, and other times I just leave them and flip them when I look at them. So here I have you, Libra, as a white witch. You be the light, and that's interesting because you're the one that. And then they are the mountain that's down their ground. Okay, that makes sense. So be the light. So you're asked, and this is really nice. So we have the owl, which is wisdom of the past. And then we have the antlers as spiritual connection. We also have the grounding. It's really important to stay grounded. That's going to help you with your own balance. Libra, everybody needs balance, but especially you. Obviously, you know that. So you're asked to be the light in your times of darkness. You must go through a little bit of darkness when you're doubting and you're having, and it feels like it's like an emotional thing. That's too much information, like overthinking it. I get that. I'm a Gemini with the Libra moon. But it's something about this hangman energy. What's going on where I feel indecisive? What's going on where I can't see? What does it remind me of in the past? That's the way to get back there and clear that stuff with the white light. Clear it. This is not serving me. But it's not, hey, be the light and everything will go away. No, we know better than that, right? But it's embrace, what is this showing me? Take it to a positive place instead of the place of doom and fear, okay? Take it to the positive place, okay? This is giving me a signal. It's like, this is highlighting something I need to look at. And then that, every time you highlight and you look at it, you go, oh, wow! It frees you a little bit more. That's how you become the light more and more and more down the road. There's this one person, she's a YouTuber, and she's like this empath, and she does all this talking. I don't know. I have to tell you this because I can't always. Her lectures are so eye-opening, but it's almost too much for me to watch them all the time. As much as I like to delve in, They just trigger me a lot, and I appreciate it, and I totally appreciate her, but I have to watch one every so often. So I understand, like, digging too deep, how it can make you feel raw. I understand that. But when you're getting a big flag, take that one and say, if Spirit is giving you one and you're just like too raw, look, can I just take a look in an hour or so? Just let's mark that and I'll go back to it. You can work with your guides that way, our guides. You can work with your oversoul, whatever you want to call it, your higher self, to adjust the pace of whatever you need to review, okay? Or to help you with insight that is too painful to see. That also. Wow, that was kind of long, huh? Anyway, so as the mountain, this person here, theirs is about standing their ground, what they know is right. And yours is to bring the new view in, to bring the change. But you are to be your own change. And they are the ones, this is a person that's already in the light, that's already in that creation place, already in the place of positive and beauty and its creation. It's beautiful. But you're being asked to level up, so to speak, to it's not level up, it's more like to stabilize your vibration. Because if you weren't at this vibration, if you weren't worthy of this, it wouldn't be in your vicinity, but there's still fluctuations. And that's where we really need you to look at these, what you're blocking, because this you're blocking. And this could go down not in the best way if you're not, if you're not cognizant. But it's totally, there's good things here, but it needs to be worked, okay? This is what you might have been asking for, but there's work involved, see? Good things do take work, otherwise they wouldn't be as good in the end. Okay, so let's do a couple Amente cards, one for each of you. These are Amente oracles, Amente oracle cards. But see, the details are really important. And because you don't want to take all the burden on that there was something there that was not workable, okay? But this feels like a good energy. But, again, this is for a general audience, so it could be the combined energies. So it's always discernment. But make sure it's not your baggage, it's what's really there, okay? So nobody's telling you to buy into everything. No, of course not. Okay. This is you, Libra. I spread joy. And look at that. Be the light. Spread joy. Find the joy. How am I blocking my joy? Find the joy. What's the joy in this moment? In this moment that I'm being triggered or whatever. What's the joy here? That I'm being triggered and seeing it, and then I can free myself a little bit at a time. When you free the vision of what's being blocked, you will have awareness. And it is a feeling of freedom, but it's really a feeling of being able to trust yourself, and that is priceless. Okay, this is them. I am open to love in various forms. That's really beautiful because this person is, no matter what happens, they're okay. You see, no matter how far this goes, they understand what's at stake here. Their happiness is at stake too, and they have work they got to do too. There doesn't have to be a winner and loser, because then somebody will always one up the other, or always try. It's about everybody loving, everybody sharing, and everybody growing together. Open to love in various forms is, no matter what happens, there can be love, and no matter what happens, there can be love. That's it. We can love without expectations. But holding our own power and saying, well, this is what I need if we decide to move forward. And in every step, you come to an agreement. Instead of just shutting that closet door with all that stuff in there, knowing that someday it's going to fall out. We can just take a peek and go, oh, gosh, I got stuff in that closet that's kind of getting me freaked out. And they'll go, hey, what do you got in that closet? Because I got a closet too. That kind of conversation. And it's actually, you can make a joke out of it. You can call it your closet of fear, but you can make it funny. You can make it fun. You can spread joy. Look at things in a different perspective. Embracing the hangman, flipping that crap around, Libra. I get it. So, have a good February. I'll be back in a week or so with a new spread and some kind of new angle because we like that kind of thing. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.